Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic for a fascinating puzzle called the Bishop of Kropki. We'll get to that in a second. Now, I've been a little bit incommunicado all day, so I'm not 100% sure if Simon's read out the names of the people who've solved the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy puzzle hunt, the June Patreon reward today. But very well done to Jay Lawhorn, Peter Graham, Sotek, Brian Forrest, Justin Simon Pietri, Olimar, Lindsay and Aaron, Rachel Nordgren, David Hunter, Connor Pappas, Dr. Bob Tastic, Brett Holt, Jeff S., Stuart Marsden and Wesley Spikes. They all sent in the right answer. If you were expecting your name to be read out and it hasn't been, do check that you highlighted the question as well as the answer. You'll know what I mean if you've done the hunt. Anyway, that is very well done to those people. There's loads of other content on Patreon, of course, not just that Sudoku hunt, but many other things, including hunts going back several months. Do have a look at it if you're interested. Also, of course, our apps are available on the link under the video, and that is where you'll find this puzzle too. Now, this has been sent in, I think it's a debut by Redino987. And it's called the Bishop of Kropki. Now, it uses what I would call Queen Sudoku rules. Several people have pointed out to us that we could call them Bishop Sudoku rules, and that's true, but we could also call them Queen Sudoku rules, and that's what we normally do. But this puzzle is called the Bishop of Kropki, and normal Sudoku rules apply. A black dot, that is kind of standard black Kropki dot, joins two cells with a ratio of 1 to 2. Yes, for the Kropki digits, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8. Now I'll explain why those are the Kropki digits, because on a black dot, you can't have a 5, 7 or 9, because it can't have that ratio of 1 to 2 with another Sudoku digit, but the others can. Now, for the Kropki digits, identical digits cannot share a diagonal, so you can't have a 1 there and a 1 there, or a 4 in those positions. And that goes for any diagonal within the puzzle, which is what we know as Queen Sudoku rules. In our Queen Sudoku in the chess app, we only do that with 9s, but I have heard that you can do it with up to 6 digits maximum in a puzzle grid, in a Sudoku grid. And that's clearly what Redino987 has managed to achieve here. And with the Kropki rules, apparently we can finish this. So no digits in the grid, you wouldn't expect that. Oh, 4 small thermos as well. And of course, on the thermos, the numbers must increase from the bulb to the tip. So we have those as well. And when I say small, they really are the minimal length. Anyway, give it a try, if you will, on the link under the video. I'm going to give it a go now. Let's get cracking. Right, these two cells are both in a run of 3 Kropki dots. So, what I know about these digits, 3 and 6 can go together. The other arrangements are 1, 2, 2, 4 and 4, 8. Now that means if you get 3 in a row, they're from the 1, 2, 4, 8 sequence, and the middle one is always 2 or 4. So that must apply in row 2 and row 5. And look, this is the beauty of this. So I'm just going to highlight these two areas of cells, because these two digits, okay, why I'm highlighting these is I know that the numbers here all come from 1, 2, 4 and 8, because they are connected. As I said, 3 and 6 get connected on their own, but they can't connect to the other Kropki digits. 1, 2, 4 and 8 can. Now, that does not, I was going to say it does not necessarily mean that this is a run of 4 Kropki digits, going 1, 2, 4, 8, or 8, 4, 2, 1. But the reason I was going to claim that is because you could go, say, 2, 4, 8, 4 in a normal Kropki puzzle, but actually you can't have a repeated digit in those two cells in this puzzle because of the Queen rule, the Bishop rule, do apologise, applying to Kropki digits. So in fact this is a run of 1, 2, 4, 8. So yeah, we can put a 1 and 8 on the ends of these, what we now know to be sequences, because the shapes are obviously exactly the same. They intersect a box boundary in exactly the same position. This must be a 2-4 pair. These must be 1 and 8. Now what I have noticed is these see each other. So these two shapes have the digits in contrasting ways round. If that's 8, 4, 2, 1, this is 1, 2, 4, 8. Again, in fact, every digit in this sees its counterpart on the other shape. So, yeah, what does that allow us to do? Well, it allows us to mark this pair as a 3-6 pair. These digits must come from 1, 2, 4 or 8. These I don't know about yet, I don't think. But let's just have a think about these different digits now. This one sees those two. Oh, this isn't going to be a colouring exercise. I don't think it is, but there is a possibility. This has to be the same as one of those two, doesn't it? This one, now I know these aren't from 3 and 6 because obviously this cell can't be. That's how I know that. This one sees that and that. I think I'm failing to understand something about these digits in a big way. Maybe let's think about these two first. That might be quite interesting. Can they really be from 2, 4 and 1, 8? Sorry, from the 1, 2, 4, 8 group. This one would be different from that. But also different from that. And yeah, these two are 2 and 4, so that can't be 2 and 4, 2 or 4. So can it be 1 or 8? It can see this cell and it can see this cell, but they're the same, so that doesn't actually rule anything out. Right, I really don't see how to progress actually. Let's have another think then about, I don't know, about this. What does this see? It sees that cell and that one, but they're the same. So again, not a problem for that to be 2 or 4, I think. Oh, this is a bit confusing. Right. Okay, let us colour this purple in different colours. Let's go red on the end here, and that's the same as this cell because of the fact that we know they're contrasting, i.e. that one can't be the same as that because they see each other on the diagonal. So next one's a yellow, next one's a blue, next one's a green. So these are all the same digit as each other. So what is that telling us? I'd love to know what these two are because that would really narrow down some other stuff. Look at this cell. This is seeing red and yellow and green and blue. So it's not from 1, 8, 2 and 4, is it? That's a surprising conclusion that I wasn't. Maybe, do we really have to find other cells that see all of these? Red, yellow, blue, green. This one sees red, yellow and green, not necessarily blue. Okay, maybe I should just work on, I don't know, no, I need to know something about one of these pairs of dots before I can make any progress, I think. So what do I need to know about them? What do I know about them? Does that, none of them see, that sees blue and yellow, so it can't be 2 or 4. That one sees blue and green and 3 and 6. So it is either red or yellow. But I don't know what that means about this. Ah, it can't be the same as this. This is a sequence. Of course, I'd forgotten that business about the two cells touching each other on the diagonal can't be the same when they're kropki digits. So this is 2 or 4. This is a sequence of 3. Now, oh, is that 2 or 4 and that 1 or 8? Or is that 2 and 4, 2 or 4? And that 1 or 8. If that was 2 or 4, that would be yellow. This would be blue. Oh, and that would be green, because that's the way the sequence runs. It runs yellow, blue, green. So that's not possible. It can't go yellow, blue, green. So that is not yellow. It also can't be blue, because it sees that cell. So it's not 2 or 4. That's 1 or 8. This one doesn't see red or green, but these two are yellow and blue, and this one can't be, yes, this can't be, if that's 1 or 8, this can't be 1 or 8, and that's the key. This is the yellow 2 or 4, this is the blue one, and the sequence goes yellow, blue, green, so that's green, and we are okay there. Right. Now, does this mean that this can't be, what are the other colours, red and green? Yes. No, yellow and red. Yes, these can't, these see now blue, green, yellow and red. So they are 3 and 6. Okay. So I'm going to have to choose colours for 3 and 6 as well. These two see each other, so they're different. So let's go purple there. That one's purple, that one's orange, and we are in a colouring exercise, obviously. I say obviously, it's now obvious. It certainly wasn't before to me. Right, let's have a look at these colours then. What can we do? What can we do? Bearing in mind the diagonal rule. Right, so purple sees those two cells and that one. This cell sees those two. So we've got purple in one of those two. That may not have been a sensible place to start looking. We've got green in one of those two because of where it is here and here. Neither of those see any of these on the diagonal, so that doesn't sort that out. Red, though, there or there, so one of those two can't be in the middle of those three because of the diagonal to there. Is something actually going to pop out from this if I keep going or not? Yes, look, blue, same as green, sorry, that's a pair. So one of these is blue, we know which one it is, that can't be blue because it sees that cell on the diagonal. This is quite complicated actually. So that's the green. And we're getting more cells filled now. So let's keep going with these colours where we can. Now, up here, green, not there by regular Sudoku. This one, never mind that one. This one sees that on the diagonal, so green is confined to one of those two places. Then green down here can't be there on the diagonal or there on the diagonal, so it's down at the bottom. Okay, that's something. Now, okay, down here we've got green and green looking, well, all those are ruled out, and that one rules out that cell, so green can be done there. Then we get a green in one of those two. Are either of those on these diagonals? No. Okay. Fair enough. And then up here we've got... actually green can't be in either of these two cells because wherever green is here, that's ruling out one of those two using the Bishop rule or regular Sudoku. So green must be in one of those two. On the thermo... You'll note I haven't pencil marked these two cell thermos because I'm a good boy. Right, green goes there. Now, yes, that green cell is looking at that one, so that's not green. This one is, and I think all our greens are now done. So that's good, that's a start. In fact, we could 1/8 them all, couldn't we? By which I mean put one or... Oh no, that could still be 8. I thought that was going to make it a 1. Don't know yet. Right, what about blue, which we got a few of? That blue sees all of those cells. This one sees all of those. Blue can't be there, so that's blue. Now that and that are impossible from there and there, so blue is in the corner, and blue is 2 or 4, so now we do know a number. This can't be 8. Green is 1, and there we go. And now we know the whole sequence of this shape. It goes 1, 2, 4, 8. So blue is 2, yellow is 4, red is 8, although not those two, we don't know that yet. And we've got numbers in the grid. Right, let's keep going with blue because this is quite a profitable way forward. That can't be blue from there. That one sees this cell. So we can place blue in box 9. Then it's in one of, yeah, okay, no, we know which. It can't be in those cells because of that. These two rule out those, but also that on the diagonal. So blue is down here. Now we know where red is, and that might help do red, but let's keep going with blue. We get another blue there. I think all the blues are done, and we can put 2 in them all. Red, now we fixed that one. Red, that red sees those cells. This one sees those 2. Okay, red in one of those. Prepared to half mark these cells and keep going. That can't be red from there. That can't be red from there. So red in row 4 is here. Let's have a look down here. They're all ruled out by these 2 reds. What about these 2? No, not sure. Don't think either of them are seeing what we're already seeing on the diagonal. That gives us a red over in one of these 2 positions. And red at the top, not here or here or here because of what can be seen. Now this cell, no, that misses. Okay, so red isn't fully resolved yet. Orange? Okay, I'm going to move on from red and try another colour now. I hope this pencil marking isn't going to get in my way. Now, orange or yellow next? Okay, let's pencil mark yellow in up there in one of those 2. Now, those can't be yellow because of this. That one sees those 2 cells. So yellow is in the bottom row here. In one of those. Therefore, it's in the top row here. It's got to be in this cell. That sorts out up here. Getting 2 yellows there. Now, this can't be yellow because it sees that cell. Oh, so yellow in one of those 2. I might be missing that it sees another one. Now, yellow, yellow, yellow in one of these 2. But one of them sees that one. It's that one. So we can put yellow in there. Which doesn't resolve this box, but it does take yellow out of those. Yellow can't be in those. Oh, how frustrating. Okay, I am going to pencil mark yellow in all of those cells. And yellow's 4, obviously, in those 3 positions, just to keep the numbers going. Now, have I kind of done... I haven't... Yeah, I've done green, blue, red and yellow as far as I can, I think. So let's move on to these 3 and 6. Orange. Aha, orange up here is ruled out of all of those. Great, so that becomes orange. One of those 3, and I don't know that I can touch which one. One of those 3, that's not helpful either. How annoying. Right, that orange sees those. This one sees that and that. Okay, orange may not be very helpful. Let's try purple now. Oh, look, that purple cell sees all of those. So we can place purple up there. And we get purple in one of those 2. Not there because of that. Now again, purple in here with orange in one of them. Purple... We've got it in one of those two, and I haven't managed to make a ruling on that. Now, purple's in one of those. Okay, that one sees this cell. This one sees that. So purple here in box 6 must be in one of these 3. And I might not normally mark 3 cells, but that's very useful because they all see this. So that's not purple. Purple in box 4 is here. Then one of these 3. And I don't get the diagonals helping at all there. And one of those 3. And, well, and what in box 9? It's almost helpful, but not quite. Now, I haven't got any pairs of cells on the thermos, so okay, I'm going to fill in some numbers because I've done a few red cells. Purple is 3 or 6. Right, where does red go up here? Why haven't I looked at that? It can't be in those cells or those 2. So red's in one of those. Ugh, and I don't know which one. Okay. Clever puzzle this. I mean, it really is keeping things at bay. Ah, red is in one of those 2 cells. That is actually very useful because they both see this cell. So that is not red. So this cell sees the corner. So red's up there somewhere. That can't be red anymore. And that is red. Now with that being red, it fixes red down at the bottom. That red, does it see something on the diagonal? Bam! Yes, it does. It sees this cell, which is therefore not red. And now I think we can do all the reds in the whole grid. Yes, that'll do it for the reds. So all the 8s are marked. Oh, don't do that. Do it like that. There we go. So, none of those appeared on the thermos, which apart from this 1-2 thermo are still totally untouched by human hand. Okay, we've got loads of colouring in the top 3 boxes. Let's... this 4. There we go. I missed that. It hits this cell, so that's not yellow. That's very useful. So yellow's down here. That gets rid of those 2 entirely. This becomes yellow. That's dead. And this is yellow. So all the yellows are done. We can put in 4 in all of them. Still didn't hit the thermos with any of those. So 8, 1, 2 and 4 placed in every box. Well, if I would remember to put the green in the central box, there it is. Now, everything else... No, we still have the purple and orange, the 3 and 6s to go. They're going to have to be resolved by thermo as well somewhere. Right, so purple has now come down to one of these 2 cells. Ah, hang on. I hadn't seen this before. Purple here was those 3, but that one sees the top cell and that one sees the bottom. So that's where purple is. Right. It really is a question of examining your geometry some of the time here. So purple's in one of those 2 and one of those 2. That's using up the 2 purples for columns 8 and 9. So it's not here, it's here. And that'll resolve that it's not there or there. We can put in purple in those places. And do we know what number it is? Not quite, but we know it's smaller than that one. Okay, let's keep going with orange, because having ruled out some more cells, look, that orange sees those 2, and that one sees that. So now we can place orange here. Orange in one of those 2, and I don't know which. Orange there, though, that's good. Orange there, must be orange here. That gets rid of that, and this is orange. And oh, we still don't know. Oh, we do know now. Purple is less than orange on this thermo. Perfect. So they're all 3. Orange is 6. And now we just have 5, 7s and 9s to fill in the white cells. But we don't have the Bishop rule anymore to use because it only applied to the kropki digits. So I'm going to have to colour these again. I'm only left with grey and dark grey and black. Right, let's just do it anyway. So, where shall we start colouring? I'm trying to see somewhere that is going to force. Right, let's start here. We'll call that dark grey. That means that's dark grey and that one, therefore. Now, one of those two is dark grey and this cell sees that one. So dark grey there, not sure down here. That one has to be in the middle box. That one is, okay, we can still see that. Obviously this can't be dark grey, it's on the same thermo if nothing else, and then we can finish off the dark greys. They are done. And that's, perfect. So we've got a dark grey that's bigger than that digit, but smaller than that digit. So dark grey is 7, because we only have 5, 7 and 9 to place. To be bigger than one of them and smaller than another means that is 7. So this is a 9. And then surely we can just place the 9s by Sudoku, 2 in each box. This is quite the easiest thing I get to do, as long as I remember not to use the Bishop rule. And I must have done something wrong. I must have done it wrong with 7s. Look at that. I've ended up with 9s in both of those positions. Okay, let's go back. What did I do wrong with 7s? I bet I did use the Bishop rule, which does not apply. Let's try it again. If that is dark grey, then that has to be. Forget the Bishop rule. I did use it somewhere because I just can't be stopped from tripping myself up. Right, one of those is dark grey. Yes, I used it up here, didn't I? That was incredibly poor technique. Right, one of those is dark grey. One of those is dark grey. That can't be. So one of those two is dark grey, and maybe it's going to turn out dark grey was not the best place to start. Yeah, look, one of those two. So given what I've marked as definitely dark grey, I end up with that pair, and that means in the bottom row it's got to be here. So that is dark grey. I don't know if that's the same cell I had before, but I think I'm left not knowing about the others. That's a form of deadly pattern, starting there, coming round to these positions and ending there. Yes, it is. So can't do any more there. So I'm going to have to go for another colour, and really I'm down to black now. So let's assume that's black. That makes that black, and that one black. And that makes that one black. Don't know over here. Down here, yes, those two are not black because they both see black cells. So in fact, this is black, and that means this is where dark grey is. That might fix my dark greys. Yes, yes, yes. That becomes dark grey. That one doesn't. This becomes dark grey. That doesn't, and that does. And that's all the dark greys fixed. Now, black carries on. We can do black there, and black there. Oh, one more. That one also. And don't worry about them touching diagonally. These are not Bishop obeying rules. Right. So, black is smaller than dark grey. And white, which is the other number, there are only 9 of them left, is smaller than black. So white is 5. There we go. White is 5. Black is 7. And I'll just change the colour because black doesn't look great in the final edit. And the light grey is 9. And there we go. That has populated the whole grid. The thermos are right. Yes, 1, 2. The crop keys are all good. And let's see if we get a tick for the Sudoku. Yes, indeed. So there we go. That is how to solve the Bishop of Kropki, a very intelligent puzzle by Rodino987. Really interesting. It was a colouring exercise, which I didn't expect. Very pretty grid in the end. But thank you very much for following along with me or solving it yourself and checking out how I did. Thank you for not getting annoyed with me for announcing that I couldn't use the bishop rule on the dark greys and then immediately trying to use it. And I'll see you next time on Cracking the Cryptic. Bye for now.